Welcome to the fifth episode of the Backyard Brawl podcast. I'm Shy Gilmore, joined by Hayden Lofgraven. What the fuck is up?
We're back to back.
Yeah,
We're back
a
to
good
back.
law, a good win against the Raiders, an even better loss, our win against the Commanders, and we got a little friend here. Say hello to the camera, Louie.
Louis Bice.
Louie's got a lot of oil contracts in Venezuela, so he's not really happy with what's going on right now. But that's besides the point. He's really been told not to speak about any of it.
He does
I don't
what he
know.
wants.
He does what he wants.
He's
He has his
yeah.
connection, so he's ready to, infiltrate a small village if he has to. But other than that, you know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna put you down. Uh, so what's new?
I mean, I, listen, this might be a hot take. Yesterday on the broad and listen, we were talking about this in the group chat. We are neither of us are Greg Olson fans. And Greg Olson the whole game is like they played their best uh, they how are they only 10 points in the first half against Washington after 31 against the Raiders the week before. I think yesterday was the best game offensively that they've played in a while.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts was good. We got Saquon. Saquon was good. They got Tank Bigsby involved, which we've been saying on the show has been something. Tank Bigsby is clearly I don't want to say a weapon, but he's a good runner of the football.
yeah,
They need to get him touches. Um, they got AJ Brown obviously was involved. Devontae Smith was involved. He has a touchdown. Jahan Dotson had multiple catches. Dallas Goedert has a touchdown catch and multiple catches. Like they got everybody involved, and that's what I want to see because when they're just throwing to AJ Brown, they're just throwing to Devontae Smith, they become one dimensional. But yesterday, everybody was getting involved. They
yeah.
didn't have if Jake Elliott could make a kick, they would have they would have been up at halftime. Nobody would have been worrying at all. And I texted at halftime. I was like, I'm not like I was never worried that they were going to lose that game yesterday. I don't know if you were.
Nah, nah. I'll start off by saying this. Yesterday did not feel like we were playing,
No,
like at
it
all.
didn't.
I don't like playing on Saturdays. I know like that's never gonna go away just
Yeah,
because of the way the schedule
late in the
ends
year they'll
late in the
find any
year.
way to make money.
Yeah, and the fact that it wasn't a playoff game also adds to that. But I kind of forgot we were playing for the division because the division is so lackluster that I knew we
Yeah,
were going to end up winning. But the problem was I was like, okay, there's no really anticipation being built up, even though it would have been the first. It's the first back-to-back division winner since I think what was it, '04 and then '05 they
yeah,
won.
and really the Eagles should be three straight because
Yeah.
they blew it in 2023.
hmm But
So
uh, in regards to the game, I thought Jalen Hurts played a great game, stepped up in the pocket, made some really good throws. He had that great. I thought it was his best throw of the year to Dallas Goedert in the end zone
yeah,
on the deep cross, whatever it was.
one of
Um,
them for sure.
yeah, he had a
The
great
ball
throw.
itself, the ball itself was actually a duck, but he put it right on the money.
As long as it gets to the receiver
Yeah.
or whoever, it doesn't make a difference to me how good the throw looks. Um,
He didn't have many misses yesterday. He had the
no,
one miss that I can think of, the little out route to AJ Brown that he kind of like it looked he maybe put too much loft on the ball. I don't think he needed to do all that and it kind of sailed on him. Um, but other than that, like Hertz was surgical and he was
yeah,
running. He was
he used
using
his
his
leg. That was
legs.
my next thing. That was my next thing. As much as he doesn't like to use his legs, which is I don't know. This is Tim McManus reported that. And Tim McManus is a good inside source.
Hmm.
A lot of the times with those, I don't really believe like any of that type of shit because for all we know, he could be getting that from an equipment manager who overheard something in a meeting or coaches
Right.
talking in a hallway. Like, so I don't think it's a lack of Hurts wanting to use his legs. I just think the offensive line has been like bad. Like
Yeah.
there's no open gaps for him to use his legs. And I think when he uses his legs, the best offensive football. So I
And
don't know.
and credit where credit is due. Over the last 2 weeks, they haven't played a they've played two bad defenses. But what Kevin Patullo has put out there on the field We have to give
Phenomenal.
credit where
Phenomenal.
credit is due.
Yeah.
Early in the game, Washington went with three linebackers. They went with Jordan McGee, shout out Temple University, Frankie Louvu, and Bobby Wagner. So what did the Eagles do? They spread them out. They went into empty, and they were just throwing the ball over the field. I mean, they were basically in empty that whole first touchdown drive. They marched all the way down the field in empty. Hurts got out of the pocket a couple times and had first down scrambles. AJ Brown had a couple first down catches. Um, that's what we want to see. We want to see them being multiple on offense. And what I mean by multiple is they're not just, under center in 12 personnel, in 13 personnel. They're going into they're going under center, but they're also in shotgun. They're in the pistol.
Yeah.
They're in three by ones. They're in two by twos. Like that's what I saw a lot of yesterday. And credit where credit is due. Kevin Patullo the last 2 weeks has been, I guess, to the viewer, much, much better.
Surgical. He's
Yeah.
been more surgical.
And next
He's
week
not.
and next week is a big test. Buffalo
Well,
on the road is tough.
well, next week's hard to tell because they might turn around and not play the starters. They might just say, "To hell with it. We're not going to go for the 2 seed."
Well, now they kind of have to play for the 3 seed because Carolina won today,
No.
and they don't. So if Tampa Bay had
Did
won,
you see what Hurts said though about playing next week?
I did not.
He's like they asked him, "Do you expect to play next week?" He's like, "I don't know. That's a decision that a higher up than me has to make." And then, but he said, if I was asked about, they were like, "Well, what if you were asked about it? What you wanted to do?" He's like, "I'm not sure yet," or something
So
like that. I don't want to say that's exactly what he said, but I'm pretty sure he said, "I'm not sure," or maybe I'd like to play. But he basically was insinuating that it's not up to him at all, which I
well,
kind of find a little hard to believe. But
with the report that Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter are expected to play next week, my guess is that the rest of the starters are
well,
going to be out there.
I think they want Lane to play because he hasn't played in so long. They want him to get at least one game in. There's no point in him playing a quote unquote meaningless game in week, or well, it would be meaningless, but a meaningless
Well,
game in what, week
if it's
18?
snowing in Buffalo, which it's the early weather report is saying that it's supposed to snow, I would not put Lane on the field next week
I don't know. I think he needs to,
in snowy weather. I'll take the chance that he plays week 18 at home on a good field. I mean, listen, next week, like I was saying, with Carolina winning today, they don't own the tiebreaker. If Tampa Bay had won, they own the tiebreaker over Tampa Bay. So they basically there would have been a very low chance that the Eagles could have came in fourth because even if they had finished at 7 losses, Tampa Bay finished at
yeah.
7 losses, the Eagles will hold the tiebreaker, the Eagles would be the 3 seed. I don't know where the tiebreaker stands with Carolina. So chances are they're going to have to win one of the last 2 games just to make sure that they are the 3 seed.
I have a feeling they're going to trot out the starters for the
Yeah.
entirety of the game. I mean, you want to win. You want to beat the Bills.
And you're in
I
a
believe,
rhythm.
yeah, exactly. That was my next point. I believe personally that a 2 weeks rest is not as beneficial as people like to believe because you're coming off of two pretty good wins. Despite the teams you played, you've still won twice after losing three in a row. That means something. So you've got the momentum right now. If you can go out and beat Buffalo, arguably top, I don't know, I'll say it, a top five team in the NFL,
They've got to be the
like,
favorite in the AFC, in my opinion. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not sure how
Well,
serious
Denver's getting smoked right now.
I'm not
Uh,
sure how serious I'm taking
New England.
uh, Denver, New England.
Well, Denver's getting killed. So, but I mean,
I
Trevor
don't
Lawrence is
I'm
dicing
not
them up. Um, I mean, Jacksonville's good, but again, like if you can go out and beat a top five team in the NFL, in my opinion, and go into week 18 and not have to worry about playing your starters, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not myself a fan of resting guys for 2 weeks, kind of, not lounging around. But I feel like at this point in the NFL, practices are not practices.
no.
It's kind of just a lot of just walking and meandering around the
The Eagles
facility,
did a couple
walkthroughs.
walkthroughs this week.
Yeah, like so it's not you're not I think you need some contact at least one of the weeks
Hmm.
prior to the playoffs because what it looks like is what we're going to end up playing who the Seahawks
Well, it's very
or the
much up in the
Rams.
air. So, a conversation about the NFC, kind of where the NFC stands right now. I don't know the score of the Detroit game. I'm actually going to check because that's the only game. Um, That's the only game in the NFC, at least, that really has any meaning. So the Steelers are up 12-10, and they have first and goal at the 8 right now. So if Detroit loses today, Detroit is basically out because and I've said this all along, and our good buddy Donnie DiDonato has said would always say to me, "There's no way the Lions missed the playoffs. There's no way the Lions missed the playoffs." And I told him, I said, three teams from the NFC West are going to get into the playoffs, right? So you're going to have the division winner from the NFC West, who's going to be the number one seed. That's most likely what's going to happen. You have the division winner from the NFC North that's going to get in. You have either the Bears and the Packers, or now it looks like the Bears are going to win the North, but the Packers are going to be a wild card team. The Packers are going to get in. And then you have the two teams from the NFC South that don't win the division. So the Niners and the Rams.
Yeah.
That's the three wild card teams. So there's not a spot for the Lions. And if they lose today, I'm pretty sure that they might be eliminated. Because I know Dallas is eliminated for sure now.
Yeah.
And I don't see any other NFC team. I mean, I guess Tampa Bay is mathematically still in. But so if I'm the Eagles and I'm at the 3 seed, right? Your best, in my opinion, first round matchup is you play either the Packers or you play Seattle. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, I would rather play Green Bay without a
I
doubt. I think Seattle's defense is ridiculous.
yeah, I
Even though they
think
did let up 31 points to the Rams, but again, I think the Rams are the best team in football. I think it just so happened that with the overtime rules, Seahawks get the ball last. Obviously, you're the favorite to win the game. So I don't know. Puka what? 225 passing or 225 receiving yards, two
yeah.
touchdowns. Stafford threw for 450 fucking yards. Like they're the
I,
best team in the NFL. I would rather play the Packers though over the Seahawks.
I think so. You've beaten Green Bay already this year. You've beaten Green Bay at home in the playoffs before. Uh, the way that I see it, at least, the way that I see it, at least with Seattle, uh, Sam Darnold coming into Philly, I think that could be a nightmare scenario for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold having to come into Philly in the playoffs after his last playoff performance was one of the worst performances in playoff history. And I get it, that's a good defense. But like,
I think he's more poised now at this point. I think the way Njigba's
it
playing,
goes
the way
back and
Walk, the
yeah,
way
but
Walker's playing,
I'm
the
matching
way even
Quinyon.
Cup is playing.
I'm matching Quinyon Mitchell up with anybody.
No,
And
so am I, but I don't think we can take away from how well they've run the football.
right, but the
Darnold
Packers.
Darnold has looked Darnold has looked exceptionally good aside from the first game against the Rams.
But what about the game against the Colts they played a couple weeks ago? They won like 12-10.
Well, that was a different story. I mean, what?
But that's in Seattle. But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And Darnold didn't look all too awesome against the Rams. And then because they had a punt return touchdown, Kenneth Walker had a 50 something yard touchdown. I mean, I know he leads the drive late, and good for them. But like, I will take
Huh.
the matchup with Quinyon Mitchell and Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'll take the matchup with Cooper DeJean and Cooper Cup. Like I'm fine. I'll live with those
Yeah,
matchups.
but what
Plus
has Green Bay done?
the interior of that Seattle offensive line is terrible.
Anthony Bradford,
You
the
see those
worst
TikToks? You
offensive.
get
Yes,
those
yes,
TikToks?
the worst offensive
And
lineman
he's
in the
got his
league.
buddy. He's got his buddy on the other side
I don't
who's
know
the
his
guy.
friend. I just get the Anthony Bradford one, and then I get the guy on the Raiders. I forget his name. He's fucking terrible too. No, but what have the Packers done?
Well,
Like
The
Jordan Love.
Packers have
Jordan Love.
looked better. The Packers
They
have
look
looked
better.
better.
They looked good.
I mean,
I think they
yes,
look better with Malik Willis.
no, I don't think you can
Malik
evaluate
Willis
yes.
is Michael Vick.
I don't think you can evaluate yesterday's game with Jordan Love going out. But like with since Christian Watson has gotten back,
I mean, no Tucker Craft. I don't think their defense is great.
well,
I
I
think
mean their defense
their
takes a huge
secondaries
their
their
defense
secondary is
takes
pretty weak.
their defense takes a huge hit with Parsons out. I'm comfortable playing either team. I'm not saying either team scares me. But
I'd
but
rather play Green Bay.
if I
You've played
had
Love before.
I think I would agree with you that if I had to pick, I would go with Green Bay, but Seattle doesn't worry me.
I don't know. It's not the fact that they worry me. It's just Green Bay's a weaker opponent. You know what I mean?
I
So
think
I'd
it's also
obviously
hard. I
rather
think it's
play the
also
weaker opponent.
it's also hard beating a team twice.
No, it is. It is, but it's happened.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, with the
happened
Eagles, yeah,
before. But I don't
Eagles
know
did it to the
because
Rams
I,
last
I
year.
think
Eagles did it to the Commanders 3 times
I
last
think
year,
not just Eagles fans, but
or
NFL
twice.
fans as a whole are stuck between a rock and a hard place because there is no definitive great teams in the NFL, especially in the NFC. The NFC
No,
is
is there one in the
all
AFC?
around good. No, not even. Like if I were to pick one in the AFC, I would probably pick New England just because they're going to get the one seed. But
I don't know, man.
I think they're going to get the one seed.
It's
They have the
I,
easiest schedule. It's just based on schedule
oh
coming up.
well, I mean, yeah, if Denver,
But even so,
yeah,
they've
Jacksonville's up.
played they've played nobody. New England's played nobody. So going back to the NFC, it's hard to judge this Eagles team because
Yeah,
you beat the Rams by a fingertip. You played horrible football against the Packers and somehow still won. But that was what? They had no Tucker Craft, right? Or was that?
Tucker Kraft's out for the year.
No, I know. Did we play them with
No,
the Tucker Craft? Yeah, Tucker Craft was out at that point.
yeah, he was out.
Um, I mean, you lost to the Broncos at home. That was shitty. You
Yeah, they
beat the
blew.
hell out of the
No, no,
Giants.
no.
Like,
But against Denver, you had a 24-9 lead in the fourth quarter. They blew the
yeah,
game.
yeah. So it's just about keeping their foot on the pedal. But I don't know. It's gonna be it's hard to judge at this point. Like, I really don't have a definitive answer as to what I think is gonna happen come the playoffs.
And I
At
think
one
if you're an
point, I
Eagles
don't know.
fan, if
At one point, I was one Bills win away from. I was one Commanders blowout and one Bills win away from saying that we're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. And if the Bills lose to us, my opinion will change. I'll probably be like, yeah, like this is the best team in football because I think throughout the entire year, without Lane Johnson, they've sucked. As much as people don't want to admit it, he affects the entire offensive line. He affects Tyler Steen. He affects Cam Jurgens. Maybe not so much Mailata and Dickerson, but those three guys in the offensive line, or two guys, excuse me, rely on Lane Johnson. Fred Johnson hasn't played bad, but with the absence of Lane Johnson and the absence of Jalen Carter on the other side of the ball, it does make a difference.
yeah,
So we'll see. I mean, defensively speaking, though, I think they're the best in football next to the
yeah,
Seahawks.
I I just believe it when I look around the NFC and some of the quarterbacks that that are in the NFC, like, the way that I see it, if I could easily see the winner of the NFC North dropping that first playoff game. Like if the Bears have to play, if the Bears, right, are the 2 seed,
Yeah,
let's say for argument's sake, the Bears are the 2 seed. If the Bears have to play one of the 49ers or the Rams or even the Seahawks, I can see them losing. Or if they have to play Green Bay for a third time. So think about it. If the Bears, the 2 seed, lose that game, the Eagles would have to win, but then the Eagles would be looking at hosting in the divisional round. And if
yeah.
you're the Eagles and you host in the divisional round, right? And we've said this on the podcast before, all the Eagles need to do is get in and host a playoff game because it's hard to win at the link. If the, it say like or how comfortable are you if the Eagles have to go to LA where every time the Eagles play at SoFi they take the damn stadium over
I'm
for the
not too
NFC?
comfortable though because I still don't think it's an away game or a home game.
I think
You're
that's a
still
home
you're
game.
still
I think
you're
the
still
NFC
traveling
Championship
you're
game.
still traveling 6 hours across the country to play in Los Angeles in a different time zone. You're
Yeah, but
behind
it's
on
a
sleep
spot. But
already.
it's a spot. It's a spot. First of all, they've played already this year. They didn't win, but they played already this year. And you went there last year and played a Rams team last year, and you won.
I just can't comfortably say that that's a home game. It's not a home game.
They take
That's
the
not a
stadium
definitive win.
over every
No,
every time they
you're
play there.
still
They take
traveling 6 hours to California to probably play what? It'll probably end up being a night game. Like,
it.
no,
It
I'm
would be a
not
night game, which is
comfortable.
all
I'm
you.
not comfortable with that. No,
I
no.
think. I think people. I
I would
think.
much rather play at home. I'd much rather play at
Yeah,
home.
but it's unlikely that they're going to be playing
No,
at
I
home
know
in the
that. I know
NFC
that,
Championship game.
but I'm not going to sit here and
I
say
mean, last year
it's
we
going to be a
thought they
home
would be on
game
the
because
road.
that's not the case. I don't think that's the case.
I think that they would take that stadium over.
Maybe, and if it happens, it happens. But you're still traveling 6 hours across the country.
Yeah, but it's a place
I
that
mean, they
they've
lost to the
won.
Chargers. They lost to the Chargers this year. They
Yeah,
took that stadium over.
yeah, but they've been on the road. That's what I'm saying though.
I get
I
it.
would
I get it. But
I, I
obviously,
I would take
obviously,
the
the
advantage of
fans
having
traveling.
played there already.
But the fans traveling there obviously doesn't make a difference. They played like shit
I
against
think
them.
in terms of a sleep schedule or the time difference, like for NFL guys, I feel like they go out west so often every year that
Maybe not,
most
but
guys train out there in the summer. Like I'm not concerned about the time difference, but I would definitely take the fan advantage that they're going to have playing at SoFi.
we went there this year though and lost. So it's hard to tell. I don't know.
Yeah, but again, like you
That
know,
Chargers team isn't great.
well, they
Not
got. I mean,
special.
they're
They're
11 and
good.
4.
They're good, but we're better than that team. And we still lost. So I don't know. I think a lot of factors from them, like the play calling and the way the offensive line played, has changed, despite again who we've played the last 2 weeks. But I don't know. I obviously I'd much rather have a home game. It's not gonna happen probably.
Yeah, your expectation, your hope is that you get two home
Hold on, I'm
games.
grabbing a water. Just keep going.
Your hope is that you can get two home games out of, you would need help, but even still, like, you know, if they had to go to Chicago in the second round, I still feel comfortable. I know that Chicago, beat the brakes out off of us the first time that we matched up, but if you
That's
had
a
to go to
hard place to play.
yeah, but
I mean,
again,
I'd rather play there. I'd rather play at SoFi than there. At least you're indoors, you know?
yeah, but I like I'll take the advantage. I don't think the Bears do to us what they did the first time if we play again.
I don't think Vic Fangio would allow that to happen.
And I and Jalen Carter got injured in that game. Now, granted, we didn't mention this in our, said we didn't talk a lot about the defense because it didn't really need to get mentioned. The defense was great yesterday. Jordan Davis played the best
Phenomenal.
game he's played in his career, and
Think
he's
he's gonna make
and
first team?
he may. I think he's gonna
Like
be.
I,
I think he's gonna be a second team guy because coming into the season, it wasn't. Typically with the first team, the way that they do it is the guys that you expect to be on the first team at the beginning of the year, if they have a good season, end
yeah.
up still making the first team. But I think he'll be an All Pro for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, he's had a whale of a year,
He's played phenomenal.
and he's
He's
had to
played
step up
phenomenal.
with some
Yeah.
injuries in there. And Brandon Graham, shout out to Brandon Graham, comes back three
He's not
sacks
gonna
over the
retire.
last
He's
two
not gonna
games.
retire. He's not retiring. I think he plays one more year. I think he's here one more year,
Yeah, maybe.
despite the outcome. Despite the
We'll see.
outcome. But
We'll see what happens.
I do want to talk about extensions. Are you giving Jalen Carter an extension this year? Or are you waiting one more year?
Well, they're gonna have the money to do it because I don't think they give Nakobe Dean an extension.
I think they do, but I don't think it's going to be as much as people think. I can't imagine. Listen, he gets hurt a lot. Injuries suck. Like it's out of his control. But when he's on the field, it's undeniable that at least this season, he's the best defensive player on the field. The
Yeah,
best. The
yeah.
best.
But
It's him and Jordan Davis.
the thing is they already have a first round rookie they just drafted who has played what he's had moments where he looks like a rookie, but he's also had moments
Yep.
where he's looked good. Like he's played well. He played well yesterday when he had to come in relief.
Mhm.
Um, I just don't think extending him makes a lot of sense to me.
Not even like a 2 year deal.
For what he's gonna get, I mean, he's gonna be
I
the
don't think he's
best.
gonna get. I don't think he's gonna get that
He's gonna,
much.
but yeah, but he's the best linebacker that's gonna hit the market. Think
I
about
don't know.
what T.J. Edwards
I'd
got.
have to
Think
look at
about
the
what
list of
T.J. Edwards
those.
got by the Bears in 2022 when he
Yeah,
was the best linebacker that hit the
yeah.
market.
I would have to look at the linebackers on the list, but I mean,
I I mean,
no,
with the way
I
that
think he's
Nakobe
a
Dean has
guy.
played,
I think he's a guy though that would settle for an extension that wasn't as much as he anticipated. He's been hurt. He's barely played. He knows that himself. And if you're not
yeah,
going to
but
extend him, extend Jordan Davis.
I think they may extend Jordan Davis.
They should.
I think they may
They
extend
should.
Jordan
I don't.
Davis.
But regarding Jalen Carter, I don't think this is the year to extend him yet. He's what? He's got 2 more years, and then he's got a fifth year option. Like they're going to extend him next year. It won't be this year. I just don't think he's
Who?
played enough games.
Jalen Carter?
Yeah, I don't think he's played
My
enough games,
honest
and in the
thought
games he's
process for the
played, I don't
Eagles
think he's
offseason, and
done
this
enough.
this is a very early, very, very early prediction for how the Eagles offseason goes. I think that they draft an interior offensive lineman in the first round because Tyler Steen is not going to be a starter here next year.
No,
I think they draft an interior offensive lineman, or they draft a tackle who can play inside, and they'll kind of wait on the tackle for when Lane probably who retires in about 2 to 3 years.
yeah,
Um, I think they go corner in the second round and try and get a second outside corner because Dory Jackson is not a long-term solution and he's only on a 1 year deal anyway.
the
And then I
blanket.
think they extend Jordan Davis and they make Jalen Carter play it out. Listen, Jalen Carter just hasn't been as productive this year. I know the double team rate is high, but Jordan Davis has been the best interior defensive tackle against the run in the NFL. He's been a disruptor in the pass game with deflections. He's had a couple sacks. I mean, I just don't think you can lose that. And
Huh.
and and clearly Ty Robinson is not the guy that we thought he was because Ty Robinson basically DNP'd for pretty much the whole season. I mean, you can't get on the field over Byron Young.
I mean, he's played a few. Well, okay, the kid's a rookie. All right, so I'm going to cut him some slack. I didn't expect him to really play much at all this season.
Right, but you expected him to dress.
Yeah, he dressed against the Raiders.
That was
I'm
the
pretty
first
sure
game
he.
he had.
Are
That
you
was the
sure
first
that's the first game he dressed?
in a while.
Oh,
I
I
mean, the
don't
Eagle
know.
because they had been using Brandon Graham as a defensive tackle.
He's
They
been
were
great.
still using Brandon Graham as a
Yeah,
defensive
they were
tackle
doing that
yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what? It was a seventh round draft choice, something like that. Eighth round
No,
draft choice.
it was earlier than that.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was
I
like
don't know.
third,
Whatever
fourth.
it was, like I didn't expect him to play at all this season. The Eagles are a team that have been pretty pretty lucky to have as much depth as they do on the defensive line. So for him to just come in as a rookie and I guess he should have dressed every game. That's a little concerning that he hasn't dressed every single game.
Yeah,
But to not play, I kind of understand because what Byron Young, it's what his second year in the league, third year in the league, something like that.
yeah. I
So
think they got him from Vegas.
I mean, you're obviously going to play a veteran over a kid who just came what out of Nebraska in the fourth round. Like I don't know. If it was up to me, uh,
I would like to have seen.
what's our
I would
D
like to
line
have seen him be
coach's name?
dressing.
Clint Hurt.
Clint Hurt,
Clint Hurt. Like Clint
Clint
Hurt
Ashton.
probably knows why he's not playing, and maybe he'll play next year. We don't know.
Well, I mean, they're going to need him to play next year
Yeah.
if they decide to move on from Jordan Davis and extend Jalen
Well,
Carter.
they're not going to
But
move on from Jordan Davis. I don't think that's going to happen. All I think I see Jordan Davis as a prominent captain in that locker room in the next 2 years, maybe.
I would like to
When
see
BG
that.
leaves, it'll be him. He's the next guy up. He's
Yeah,
the next guy up.
I could see Jalen Phillips stepping into a role like that as well.
Yeah. So we'll see what can happen. But I
I
think
like.
Jordan Davis, the way he speaks to the media, the way he handles himself
Mhm.
publicly on the field, he just screams leadership. And I think he
Yeah,
was a captain at Georgia, right?
probably. I know Nakobe
Yeah.
Dean was. I
Yeah.
like the core. I like the core and the group that they have uh, on the defense side of the ball. It's a young group, but they've already obviously have become an elite group.
Mhm.
We've seen Jalix Hunt take a step forward this year. Nolan Smith still, deals with injuries here and there, but he's an effective player. Obviously, we know what Quinyon Mitchell can do, Cooper DeJean. And then safety is an area that maybe they address. Reed Blankenship, I think, is under a contract extension already. So
Mhm.
uh, he'll be here
He's had
next
a
year.
good season, as much flack as we give him.
Yeah.
He really hasn't been bad.
Well,
He really hasn't
they've
been
gotten
bad.
him out of one-on-one coverage
Yeah.
kind of
No.
snaps, and that's
I
helped.
mean, I like Marcus Epps. I'm a Marcus Epps
Yeah,
fan.
thankfully Marcus Epps
I
coming
liked him in
back.
20. I liked him in 22. I was a big fan of him.
Yeah, Marcus Epps coming back almost may have saved the season because we know how Sidney Brown had a good special teams play yesterday, but
He can't.
not a good
Yeah.
player. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So college football. A lot going on in the playoffs. A lot of
Yeah,
people are
well,
upset. A lot of people are upset.
here, you talk because I'm gonna check on our brackets. I know I won the
Yeah.
first one. You had
Uh,
Oklahoma and I had Alabama.
yeah.
So I
So,
won the
all
first
right.
one.
Pete, well, what's your overall thoughts thus far on the playoffs in total?
So now, listen, I'm a fan. I believe that the G5 should be given a shot. I
I
think
don't
that
know. I don't know.
so we so my bracket was I went 4 for 4 the first weekend. I had Miami, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Oregon. You
I went
had
I went 2 for 4.
you went 2 for 4.
This Texas A&M fucking blows.
So I'm up right now. Stay hot,
Yeah,
kid. So uh my opinion on the first weekend, and JMU put up a good fight.
I
They
didn't think they were gonna cover.
they they,
I mean,
they were, I don't know what it was, but they were down 41 to like 6 at halftime, or they were down like, are you kidding me? They were down a lot at halftime. And then I checked my phone, and they got up to like, I think it finished at 51-34.
something like that. I didn't even
So
watch the game at
so they
all.
put up a good fight. Tulane had over 400 yards of total offense. Their quarterback threw for over 300 yards. They ran the ball somewhat effectively. They just couldn't convert in the red zone. So there's some people that are like, that's the issue, is like teams are playing well and they're still getting blown out. Well, if Duke had gotten in, I don't think Duke is putting up any better of a fight than what JMU put up against Oregon.
No,
So
no,
don't
probably
don't
not.
don't say it's like a
But
G5 thing, because
people wanted Notre Dame in instead, is what I'm saying.
yeah, but I think we're both in agreement here. Notre Dame has to get into a
Yeah, you
conference.
have to be in a conference to play. But if you, this is undeniable. If you put Notre Dame in the college football playoff, you're obviously going to get a better result game wise,
Yeah, and I
viewership
thought,
wise.
listen, I thought Notre Dame was a better team than Texas A&M. I thought Notre Dame was a better team than Alabama. I thought Notre
It's
Dame
just
was a
not in a
better team than
conference.
Miami, but they're not in a conference. And when
Yeah.
you start out the season 0-2, losing to two teams that did make the playoff, it's
Uh-huh.
probably not going to work out in your favor. And their schedule every like if you're Notre Dame and you're not in a conference, you probably have to add one more elite game to your schedule. Like USC being your best win is just not going to get it done for you. And the year before, it was close with Notre Dame getting in, and they only had one loss, and it wasn't to a team that it was to. I don't know if that was the year they lost to Northern Illinois or they lost to Marshall. Um, but Notre Dame needs to be in a conference. Like I don't think BYU should have got in because BYU had two losses to the same team. They got
Yeah.
blown out twice.
Virginia shouldn't have gotten in.
Virginia lost the
Yeah.
ACC championship, shouldn't have got
Yeah.
in. Uh, yeah, well, I don't even know what other Texas. Like people are like the SEC, the SEC. I'm sorry, but it can't just be the SEC tournament. Like
Yeah.
like Texas with three losses had no business being there. I get it. Alabama's a three-loss team, but Alabama, their third loss came in the SEC championship game to a Georgia team that a lot of people think is the best team in the field.
I think they're gonna
So
fucking. I think it's gonna be Georgia, Indiana. I think Georgia's gonna just kill Indiana.
that's possible. Well,
Kill.
I don't know if I would say kill because I don't think Georgia can put up enough points.
I mean,
Like
Georgia
Georgia,
made Alabama. Georgia made Alabama look silly. You
yeah, but
know?
I don't think Georgia. I don't think Georgia has the offense that like uh the team that beat TCU like 63 to nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that, kind of offense. I mean, that Georgia offense had Lad McConkey, Brock Bowers, you know, they had dudes on offense, so.
Uh-huh. Well,
But I don't even
this is the
but
problem. This is my issue. You're always gonna have fans who complain, and especially fans from the fan bases that of the teams that don't make it. Everyone's always gonna complain about something with the college football playoff. In my opinion, there's no correct way of doing this unless teams like Notre Dame join a conference and do what they have to do.
and they're the only
To,
one. They're
they're the
the
only one. I
only
mean,
one.
UConn's not fucking
But but
making the college
but
football playoff.
but UConn would run into the same issue because if UConn went undefeated in a football season, right? They're not getting in because they're going to be like they're not going to be high enough ranked to get in, and UConn would be a G5 school most likely.
Yeah.
and they're not going to get in as the G5 winner. So they're probably going to run into the same issue if they ever get good enough. I mean, they're decent right now. I think they went 8-4, 9-3.
Mm. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I feel like I said every episode. If it was up to me, I'm going back to the 14 playoff. That's just what I think. I think that's
I
the only
just,
right way to do things. It stirs up. Not, I don't. That's not even the word I want to use. It creates a play environment that you need to be absolutely perfect. It's the best of the best going head to head against each other. And yeah, you've had games like TCU versus Georgia that are just absolute, you know, I'll use this word, rape fests. Like it's
but
just rape. But uh, to me, it's the four best teams in college football facing off from the four main conferences. Maybe that's what it should be. It should be you pick four teams from the best conferences to play.
but what we saw last year, you have uh out of the four teams that got the buys last year, yet again, the ACC was not good enough in the regular season to earn a bye. So you have the winner of the you have the winner of you have the winner of the Big Ten, Oregon, loses in the first round. So you have the winner of the Big Ten, so Oregon loses in the first round. You have Boise State who got the bye. They lose in their second round, first game they played. Texas gets through, barely beating Arizona State. Arizona State got a bye. They lose. And then you had, what was the other game? What was the other game? Georgia, they got a bye and they lose. So all four teams, if it was a 14 playoff, if it was a 14 playoff, all four of those teams all lost in the second round. Like the reason it has to be more than four teams is I just can't say that like four teams should be in. Maybe it should be only eight teams. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Fuck, six teams, maybe.
And two teams get a bye?
Yeah.
You think that there's only six teams deserving in the country that
No, but you also have to look, these teams play nobody. Like most of these good teams don't play anybody on their schedule. I think if you lose to a team like Northern Illinois, like Notre Dame did last year, you should automatically be eliminated from playoff contention, especially that you're not in the conference. The fact that they even made the playoffs last year baffled me. And I get it; they were the best, one of the best teams in college football. But you lost to an out of conference team, and I don't even to use the term out of conference is incorrect because they're not even in your conference because you're not in a fucking conference. You lose to one of the worst teams in college football on the road. And the fact that you make the playoffs that year it just doesn't make sense to me. If it was a four team, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. It demands perfection. It demands perfection.
yeah, and
And it
that's
makes bowl games mean something too. Bowl games
well,
mean a little bit more, not entirely, but they mean a little bit more when it's four teams. So instead, these smaller market teams like Tulane
well,
and Duke all have something to play for.
bowl games are dead.
Unfortunately, yeah.
No, but bowl games were dead when Leonard Fournette decided to sit out, and guys started sitting out 7, 8 years ago. I mean, bowl games, like the problem is now if you're a team like Notre Dame and you're not going to go to a bowl game, and you're not going to at least let your young players get on the field and see what they're capable of. Sitting out of a bowl game, in my opinion, is the softest thing you could do. I think the
Yeah.
way that Notre Dame has handled this situation of
Awful.
not getting into the playoff
Awful.
has been dreadful. I mean, it's just like, the way that college football
College
has
sports.
has gone about handling the NIL era, and there's like I get it. Sometimes in college basketball, the NIT is just not a profitable tournament and doesn't make sense for a team to continue their season. And the NIT is not nearly, but like bowl game, it used to mean something to bring a trophy back, even if you didn't get to your desired destination. Like
Yeah.
when Temple in 2016, 2017 was playing for the conference championship, it was a possibility that Temple could represent, the group of five in the New Year's Six game, which was a big deal. You know, Memphis went to the New Year's Six game. Houston went to the New Year's Six game. UCF was going to the New Year's Six game. Like American Conference teams were going and playing in this game,
No.
and it meant something. Temple never like didn't make the game and then was like, oh, we're just not going to go to a bowl because we're not playing for the ultimate prize that we can receive. They
All right.
they went and they played in the Military Bowl. They went and they played in uh the Independence Bowl. They went and they played in the Gasparilla Bowl. And if you got a trophy, great. And your young guys got to play. Your seniors got to play one last time. Like it just meant
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah.
now guys are like signing contracts before the season ends, or they're entering the portal like because they're seeking, financial
No.
opportunities. It's just ridiculous.
Well, I'm going off the NIL thing, I think, and I'm sure I sent you the clip yesterday. The thing that Kenny Dillingham said, the head coach of Arizona State, I think perfectly encapsulates what's wrong with
You need a big
college
donor,
football. With college football, the guy is standing there in front of the press, basically panhandling like a
he's
homeless
begging for
person,
money.
begging for somebody in the Phoenix area or the Tempe area to sign a $20 million check to donate to Arizona State football. Football, not the school, football. That to me, that shows that college football as a whole is completely in trouble.
And by the way,
They're
12
charging
people
a
on offense and defense, $20 million now gets you like seven
10,
players.
yeah, if that. Carson Beck's getting paid $4 million a year.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't fill out your 20 million does not fill out your team.
no, no. But again, this is the issue because now you're gonna have coaches panhandling teams like Arizona State, teams like BYU, who took the CEO of Crumble Cookie to keep their head coach, which is another just complete blasphemy. So you're gonna have these big corporations and these big donors come in and basically be like, all right, we'll pay this amount of money and we'll take a stake of the college football program. Private equity gets involved. It's just a big fucking shit show, and it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be you're going to see. I think you'll see college football shrink immensely over the next like 10, 15 years. You're not going to see as many teams. Teams like Kennesaw State will no longer be around. Teams like
Maybe
Toledo, teams in the MAC won't be here anymore.
UMass
Um,
needs to cut football. They're
UMass
brutal.
will probably cut their program. Maybe something good will come out of this. Maybe lower conference football will start to mean something more because people will care to watch that instead of watching, Alabama versus Mercer Community College of New Jersey Technical Institute. Like, I mean, you know what I mean.
I just Yeah, it's a shit show. It's a shit show, but I'm still gonna watch. I'll
What would
still
you
be
do?
watch.
Yeah, yeah. See, he's
There you go.
involved. He knows what to. I mean,
I'm still gonna watch, and
unfortunately, I will too.
I'll be watching all the playoff games. I haven't tuned into any bowl games yet, other than the four of this weekend.
I
I
don't
just
know. I
don't
mean,
care.
one more thing, like the thing with Delaware, Nick Minicucci, top four passer in FBS right now, top four in passing yards, total passing yards throughout the season. He's getting paid like 70K in NIL right now. He knows how much he's worth. His agent knows how much he's worth. He's worth like 600 grand a year,
Hmm.
700 grand a year. Delaware doesn't have that money. Delaware again is also another fuck what football program that's reaching out to ex students and ex players who are wealthy people saying like, hey, can you donate this money for our program? Like I saw a video of Jeff Pearlman, famous journalist. He was reached out by Delaware and he's like, fuck no, I'm not donating. I don't like the NIL. I don't like what it's doing. And Nick
Yeah,
Minicucci is going to end up leaving it. It's unfortunate.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I
listen.
don't know. Just don't have money. Don't have
At least
money.
with the guys transferring, it gives other guys opportunities to play. Like schools are gonna have to
Yeah.
constantly be,
Yeah.
evaluating the talent that they have currently at the
Well, there's
school.
also just a lack of loyalty amongst the players. Ryan Williams is gone. He's not staying at Alabama. I thought he'd be there for the rest of his college career. He's
Gets paid
leaving.
enough though. I mean, they've got top five money in the country.
But it shouldn't be the money that keeps you out of school.
Yeah, there's just no love anymore.
There's my whole point.
Speaking of love, you know what I haven't been loving recently? Xbox.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. It's been
And
bad.
and it's not just and listen, our friend group has had this conversation multiple times, but we have our group of, misclicks, which is me, Shy, Donnie, Avi, Jackson, and Jack. But we got a message from our larger kind of friend circle that was like our friend John texts us just kind of out of nowhere one day and is like, "What are people playing on Xbox nowadays?" And
No
basically,
idea.
like all of us are just like, I mean, if I responded, and I was like, if I do get on, I play Fortnite. I don't necessarily enjoy it. I
I
mean,
don't even play. I mean, I was playing like random games. Like I was playing 2K22 the other day. That
yeah,
was
like
like
so,
2.5 weeks ago.
I
Like
had
I
a
played Honor
cousin.
Call of the Wild. Like there's nothing to play. There's Arc Raiders. Apparently that's a fun game that
What is
people are
that
playing right
about though?
now.
Like, what is
I
that?
think it's like another battle royale game or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I
I
think
had
I'm
a
just kind of phased out until GTA 6 comes out.
and went
That's November of next year, like a
and
whole year from now.
and we say you say November of next year very
It's not. It's
loosely.
probably not going to come out then.
Like I had a cousin text me. He was like, "What do do you have 2K? Like, is 2K worth it?" I'm like, "No, probably not." I
Yeah.
bought Madden this year. I played Madden in college football for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I played FIFA for a little bit.
Hmm.
But like back in the day, in 2020 and even the years before that, like I don't know if these games were catering more towards like middle school kids. But I feel like now, like even I look at a game like Fortnite's not for middle schoolers anymore. It's for elementary school kids.
Yeah. No. Well, I
Like
don't think it's that. I think it's just game companies have gotten greedy. They're kind of running out of ideas. Like Call of Duty is, it's done. They're as soon as they started incorporating like famous people into the game, they started to drift away from the actual gameplay and prioritize the market, like the in-store market. Um, that's when it kind of went down the toilet. A game, but even like I think people are just bored very quickly nowadays.
yeah,
Like Battlefield 6 got all the hype in the world for like 3 weeks. Haven't heard a thing about it since.
is that the new Battlefield?
Yeah, it's the new one. People are bored of it already. People are
Yeah.
bored of it already. And I think Fortnite did more harm than good, but I think people set the bar way too high. They want the next Fortnite. They want the next Warzone. They want the next 2K20. And let's be honest, your 2K20 wasn't a good 2K. It was just COVID. It was just COVID. There
No,
was nothing to do.
2K20 was a good game.
It wasn't one of the better ones,
I
you
mean,
know?
it was better than 18 and 19.
Yeah.
It was better than 18 and I mean 17 was a good game. But
Yeah.
I barely played 17 my career. I played 17 my team.
I played mine too. Yeah, I didn't play my career.
But when I got
So
into I mean 2K20 was a good game. The rotation over COVID of 2K, Warzone,
even
Fortnite,
GTA, like
GTA, is there anything else I played? I mean I had
Rocket League. I
you had
played
the
Rocket League. I wasn't good,
we
but
were
I
we were
played.
talking about this on Xbox, the other original Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was a fun game. Um, I think it was
Battlefront 2
just
came
that
back for a while.
being on Xbox for so long, I got into more games. Like I need a good right now. I need a good story mode game, like a game
There's a
that's gonna
bunch
take me.
out there. There's a bunch out there though. That's the thing. I just
I
don't.
mean, if you
I
play,
mean, me personally, I just don't feel like playing.
I think it's
Like I
called A
don't.
Way Out. Have you played A Way Out?
That game is great. That's a
That game is
co-op
fun.
game. That game is
Yeah,
really fun.
me
But
and a buddy played that. That was like uh the later end of COVID.
I just think me personally, I'm just kind of done with it.
Yeah.
You know,
But I
I
still
just have
like to get on to
no.
talk to my friends. That's the thing.
That's the only reason why I get on is to hang out with friends. But I don't really. I have no desire to play a game
But
at
yeah,
all.
but I mean, I still enjoy getting on. It's just like I would
Mhm.
like something to play other than like Fortnite. Now, the way that Fortnite, like when I get on Fortnite, I'm like three, four games, and if we don't win any of them, if we're dying early, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
It's brutal.
Because we're fucking ass.
Yeah, we lose every game. Donnie and Avi are all right. I'm shit. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I'm terrible. I don't know how to build.
Jack's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Jackson's probably pretty good too. But I did buy the Playboy Cardi skin, and get ready, get ready. I also bought Kim K.
There's a Kim K skin.
Kim K is in the game.
I guess I'm stroking it to Kim K in Fortnite.
Okay. So we're gonna leave you guys here. That's
Yeah,
gonna
see
end the
ya. That's
show.
gonna end the show.
That's gonna end the show. Backyard Brawl, episode 5. I think this was our best episode. I think our Eagles conversation, that was the longest conversation we've had about the Eagles, for sure.
I mean, I feel like we say this every episode.
Yeah, we're just getting better and better. And we need you to be along for the journey. We're up to 22 subscribers.
Yeah,
So, 20
yeah.
subscriber special. We're giving away a fidget spinner.
When we hit 100, Hayden's getting naked on. We're doing
I
live
am.
stream and he's getting naked.
I am. I am. So, look forward to that.
All
But,
right,
yeah. Go
that's
Birds.
about
We'll be
it. Go
back
Birds.
next Sunday or Monday will be the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.